Hello there. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. And welcome to Once Upon a Turkey Leg. This is a more magical way to end your day. And it is episode 3 of this series, of this show. But it is the first time that this is live. The first two shows were pre-recorded videos that I did over the last 2 weeks. And um, so I decided that it would be more fun to bring back the live stream on Thursday nights, but just do the story time. And so that's what I'm doing here tonight. We're going to start out with just a little bit of chit chat, give about maybe 5 minutes in, we'll jump into the story. And then about after the story, something in my eye. After the story, I will end up with some channel housekeeping notes, and then it'll be the end of the stream. I know you're used to probably having a whole Gobbletastically Yours stream on Thursday nights, but it was taking a lot out of me, and I'll address that towards the end of the show. So, as we wait for people to show up, just for a couple of minutes, let me just show you. I found a couple of fun things at Dollar Tree. I found a couple of fun things when I was at the Dollar Tree yesterday. Hi, Tina. Welcome in. So I found this package of stickers, emoji stickers. Print happy faces, cool faces, and there's 112 of them. So I hope I use them. I hope I have a reason to use them somewhere. But knowing me, I'm just going to be happy to hold on to them. Jack Twaddle, welcome in. Welcome to story time. We'll get started on the story in a couple of minutes. We'll give people a little time to find their way. And then Tennessee Bear, Tim, welcome in. And here are I found these Disney stickers with the characters here. There's 96 stickers in that packet. So I just picked them up. They were like hanging up at the end of at the end of the aisle. They were just kind of had a whole display there for the stickers, and so I just picked them up and I got them. So anyway, how was everyone's Thursday? I was off today actually, and I got a couple of things done around the house. Theoretically, I would have liked to get a little more done, but I also didn't really feel completely up to doing a lot. So hopefully on Saturday, I'm gonna feel more motivated to do a few things around the house. So this is Once Upon a Turkey Leg, and we are here to listen to a bedtime story. And I'm so glad that you guys are in. And I will talk about changes to the channel, recent changes, things that are, current setup of my streams. I'll talk about that at the end of the bedtime story. So right now, let's get into the story. Tina, your Thursday was a little nuts, but it's all good now. Yeah. Mine wasn't nuts necessarily. It was different. I felt, even though I didn't get a lot done, I feel content with the day. It actually rained. A good rain came through, and wasn't necessarily a crazy thunderstorm that normally happens, but it was just a good dousing rain. So I went out on the front porch this afternoon, and I stood there for a little while watching it and listening. I even stepped out into the rain, just for a few seconds to let it fall on me, which it may sound a little weird, but I like to do that once in a while when it's raining. As long as it's not thunder and lightning going on, which it didn't today. Um, so anyway, sometimes it's good to let a little rain fall on your head, just a little bit, just a little bit. So we are reading tonight. We are reading Pinocchio, the story of Pinocchio. So if you're ready, we are going to get into the story as we end our day. There's the first picture there with Geppetto and Figaro and Cleo over there with so one night a long time ago, as the stars were shining high above the rooftops, a little cricket named Jiminy Cricket found himself in the shop of an old woodcarver named Geppetto. Geppetto was completing his latest creation, a little puppet boy he named Pinocchio. That night, before going to bed, Geppetto saw a shooting star in the sky and wished with all his might, "I wish that my little Pinocchio might be a real boy." As Geppetto slept, the blue fairy appeared through the window. "Good Geppetto, you have given so much happiness to others. You deserve to have your wish come true. Little puppet made of pine, wake, the gift of life is thine." With a touch of her wand upon his forehead, Pinocchio came to life. "Am I a real boy?" Pinocchio asked. "No, Pinocchio," the fairy answered. "To make Geppetto's wish come true will be entirely up to you. Prove yourself brave, truthful, and unselfish, and one day you'll be a real boy." To help Pinocchio learn the difference between right and wrong, the blue fairy asked Jiminy Cricket to act as Pinocchio's conscience, or his voice of reason. Together, they decided that whenever Pinocchio needed advice, all he had to do was whistle, and Jiminy Cricket would come. As the Blue Fairy left, she said, "Be a good boy, and always let your conscience be your guide." When Geppetto awoke to find Pinocchio moving and talking, he thought he was dreaming, but soon he realized that his wish had come true. Pinocchio had come to life. He was so happy that he spun Pinocchio around the room, dancing and singing, and introduced him to his cat, Figaro, and his fish, Cleo. They all snuggled into bed to sleep. The next morning, Pinocchio awoke, excited. It was his first day of school. He skipped to class along with his schoolmates. On his way, he ran into Honest John and Gideon. They tried to convince him to become an actor in Stromboli's popular puppet show instead of going to school. Jiminy Cricket was late that day and arrived just in time to see them all skip off. He whistled to get Pinocchio's attention. Remember what I said about temptation? Well, that's him, the cricket said. But Pinocchio ignored him and left. Later, Stromboli had a sold-out show at the theater. Everyone wanted to see Pinocchio, the only puppet that could sing and dance without strings. After the show, Pinocchio said that he wanted to go home to his father Geppetto, but Stromboli locked him in a cage. "You will make lots of money for me," Stromboli said, "and when you are growing too old, you will make good firewood." Pinocchio began to cry, but just then the Blue Fairy appeared. She asked why Pinocchio hadn't gone to school that day. "I met somebody. Two big monsters with green eyes," Pinocchio lied. His nose suddenly grew. With every lie, it grew bigger and bigger until it became an entire branch with a nest of baby birds in it. "You see, Pinocchio, a lie keeps growing and growing until it's as plain as the nose on your face," the Blue Fairy told him. She helped him escape, but said it was the last time she could help him out of trouble. That night, Honest John and Gideon told their friend the coachman about meeting Pinocchio that day. The coachman was collecting disobedient boys who played hooky from school. On his way home, Pinocchio ran into Honest John again. He convinced Pinocchio to go to Pleasure Island, leaving Jiminy behind. Pinocchio got on the coach with a bunch of other boys, including one named Lampwick. Lampwick was excited to go to Pleasure Island because he had heard that there would be no school or cops there, and he could lounge around all day. There's that coach right there. After a long journey, the boys arrived at Pleasure Island. It was an exciting place with no rules, full of carnival rides and all the junk food they could eat. Being bad's lots of fun, ain't it? Pinocchio said. Pinocchio was having so much fun that he refused to leave when Jiminy Cricket came to take him home. Upset with him for not doing the right thing, Jiminy stormed off, leaving Pinocchio behind. As Jiminy was leaving the island, he stumbled upon dark figures loading donkeys into crates by the docks. Jiminy looked at their familiar faces and realized that all the little boys had turned into donkeys. And Pinocchio was no exception. He sprouted ears and a tail before Jiminy rushed back to save him. They jumped into the sea at the last moment before Pinocchio could turn into a donkey and swam all the way to safety on the other side. Pinocchio and Jiminy were so happy to finally be going home. But when they got back, Geppetto was nowhere to be found. Just then, a note appeared from the sky. It said that Geppetto had gone looking for Pinocchio and had been swallowed by a whale named Monstro, who lived at the bottom of the sea. Pinocchio rushed off at once to save his father. He jumped into the ocean and sank to the bottom. He was soon swallowed by the whale. Well, there he is in the sea. He was soon swallowed by the whale and found Geppetto safe in the whale's belly. They were so happy to see each other again, but didn't know how they would escape. Suddenly, Pinocchio had a plan. They would make Monstro sneeze. They built a fire in the whale's belly, and the smoke caused the whale to give one great big loud sneeze, which shoved them out into the ocean. Monstro was incredibly angry to have been tricked and chased after them. Pinocchio tried with all his might to face the waves and drag Geppetto safely to shore, but their raft was destroyed and Pinocchio was hurt. When Geppetto awoke on the shore, he found Pinocchio face down in the water. Geppetto tenderly carried him home. Everyone was sad because it looked like Pinocchio was gone forever. But because he had proved himself brave, truthful, and unselfish, the Blue Fairy used her magic to make Geppetto's wish come true. Pinocchio became a real boy. Geppetto laughed and twirled his son Pinocchio high in the air, and the two lived happily ever after as father and son. And that is the end of Pinocchio. Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story in Pinocchio. And I hope you will come back next week, next Thursday, for yet another story and edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Before I go, just a quick housekeeping note about the channel. As you know, or may or may not know, I used to do a full-length stream on Thursday night live where I, in addition to the story, would have a whole, chit chat. We might, play a game. At one point, I would mix up a little drink, in the, on the stream. I stopped doing that, but, Thursday nights is going to be just the story time on the stream, just what I've just done. Will be a few minutes at the beginning for a little brief welcoming in people, a little chit chat. But there's not going to be a lot of chit chat. And then we'll just read the story after that point, and then about this amount of time in, I'm at about almost 22 minutes now. Then I will say goodnight and end the stream. So you might be wondering, why are you telling me this, Dean? Because the chit chat part, which I realize I enjoyed, but I don't want to be live for a long time late at night. So I'm working on having sometimes during the day. And the day of the week that I'm kind of zeroing in on right now is Monday afternoon, at about going live anytime between 1 and 3 for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, possibly even a whole hour. It just depends on once I get it going, how, it goes. I will probably lean closer towards 30 to 45 minute kind of a time range. But anyway, keep your notifications on, and I will be going live. I'm planning to be live at, I believe I'm set at 1 o'clock this coming Monday. I have to check the stream. I was considering Saturday night, and that might happen because that's a time slot that is open this week. One of the live streamers I usually watch isn't going live, and so I might jump in there on Saturday night and just kind of do an extra stream. But we'll see how I feel Saturday night. But definitely Monday. So, with that said, thank you all for coming in, whether you're watching live, Tina, Tim, Jack, who else? Anyone else I might have missed? Dawn was in here a little while ago. I haven't seen her in the chat though. Anyway, next Thursday definitely I will be back, and then Monday, maybe Saturday night. But I hope to see you on my next stream. So for tonight, have a great gobble-tastic Thursday evening. Good night. Take care. And that'll be that. I gotta work on my greeting. Thank you, Tim. You're welcome. Thank you for everyone for being here. This is a lot of fun. And yeah. So again, take care. and I'll be seeing you guys